Hello, my name is Trinity Hale, and I'm a Mass Comm major here at Dillon University, and this is BMN 10. Long security lines are becoming an epidemic at airports around the country as TSA officers are still working without pay. In fact, they haven't been paid since the February 14th partial government shutdown. Travelers who are flying through several major airports are seeing the impacts. Flight delays, missed flights, and excruciatingly long lines are the name of the game as flyers wait on the TSA personnel who show up. Since the beginning of the shutdown, TSA workers have been calling out. Airlines and airports are making passengers aware of the long lines and advising them to arrive hours before their flight is expected to take off. Right here in New Orleans at the Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, wait times were up to 2 hours. At Houston's William P. Hobby International Airport, wait times and security lines were more than 3 hours. It has been 40+ days since the start of the shutdown, bordering on being one of the longest shutdowns, which currently sits at 43 days. This shutdown is expected to end after Easter, April 5th. Students, if you plan on traveling home for the holidays, ensure you are taking a reliable mode of transport and arrive at the airport hours before your flight takes off to account for delays. The Fifth Circuit decision to make displaying the 10 Commandments in all K-12 and public university classrooms legal. Another victory for the state of Louisiana in the fight to put the 10 Commandments in school classrooms. Judges upheld a law requiring schools all across Louisiana to post the 10 Commandments in their classroom. The law requires a government-approved Protestant version of the 10 Commandments to be posted in all K-12 public schools and any public university classrooms. According to the guidance from Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill, the bill requires the evangelical version to be printed on 11-inch by 14-inch posters at minimum, and up to 18-inch by 24-inch posters for easy readability. The posters are allowed to be posted as long as they were donated or privately funded. The law was originally passed in 2024, but a 3-judge panel ordered a preliminary injunction, putting it on pause temporarily. That ruling was appealed, and it made its way up to the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which has deemed the law constitutional. However, the fight is far from over, as it could be headed to the U.S. Supreme Court. The plaintiffs in this lawsuit are a multi-faith group of 9 Louisiana families with children in public schools. The American Civil Liberties Union of Louisiana, ACLU, Americans United for Separation of Church and State, and the Freedom from the Religion Foundation, along with Simpson Thacher and Bartlett LLP, are serving as pro bono counsel. Louisiana became the first state to pass a law of its kind. Texas and Arkansas passed a similar law, but those are now in court too. The ACLU says the plaintiffs' legal counsel is exploring all legal pathways to continue fighting against what they are calling an unconstitutional law. In the meantime, Louisiana State University President Wade Russo says the university will comply with the law. They are simply waiting for the posters to be donated, which is a requirement within that law. Even though the law requires the posters in classrooms, there is no enforcement mechanism or penalties for teachers or schools that don't comply. Meningitis B outbreak in southeast England. On March 15th, the UK Health Security Agency issued an alert confirming 2 students died due to a meningitis outbreak. Meningitis is where the membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord are inflamed. This disease usually affects infants under the age of 1, teens and young adults, and seniors over 65 years old. This outbreak happened in Canterbury, Kent, resulting in the death of Juliet Kenny, a student studying for her A-levels. The other victim, who has not been named, was a student at the University of Kent. Since the outbreak, there has been a link between the people who contracted the disease, club chemistry. Health officials believe the outbreak originated at the nightclub between March 5th and 7th. Since then, the club has voluntarily closed. To combat this outbreak, there has been an urgent rollout of meningitis vaccines. In the UK, there has been a vaccine since 2015. This vaccine is first given to infants at 8 weeks, a second dose at 12 weeks, and the booster at 1 year. Many college students were born before this vaccine, so they are at risk of contracting this disease or passing it along to their peers. The new wave of vaccines will first be given to the students at the University of Kent and those who were at Club Chemistry. The UK HSA stated that the vaccines could later be expanded to other areas. Oscar winners this past week. This past week, 10 Entertainment News, the 98th annual Oscar ceremony, premiered on ABC and Hulu. Aside from the outfits and red carpet moments, here are the results from the most prestigious categories. Sinners swept the night, taking home several awards. For the coveted Best Actor in a Leading Role category, Michael B. Jordan took home the win. Jordan, who starred in the film Sinners, played two different characters simultaneously. Sinners cinematographer Autumn Durald Arkpaw made history as the first woman of color to be nominated and win the award for Best Cinematography. Ryan Coogler's Sinners also took home awards for Best Original Score and Best Original Screenplay. This film was filmed right here in Louisiana. Jessie Buckley, who starred in Hamnet, took home the Oscar for Best Actress. For the Best Actor in a Supporting Role category, Sean Penn won for his appearance in One Battle After Another. And for the Best Actress in a Supporting Role category, Amy Madigan celebrated her win for appearing in the horror movie Weapons. For the Animated Feature Film category, K-pop Demon Hunters took home the Oscar. This film was widely received by younger audiences and spent 31 consecutive weeks in Netflix's top 10. And for the Animated Short Film category, The Girl Who Cried Pearls was the pick and won its first Oscar. This film follows a boy who falls in love with a girl who cries pearls, forcing him to choose between love and greed. In the brand new casting category, Cassandra Kulukundis was awarded for her casting of One Battle After Another. And in what some are calling a travesty, One Battle After Another won Best Picture, which received mixed reviews. Online fans were hoping for what they dubbed a Sinners sweep, where Sinners would have won every award it was nominated for, due to the movie being the most nominated movie in history. Online fans are also speculating that Marty Supreme going home with no Oscars, despite having 9 nominations, was due to the comments made by Timothée Chalamet. I'm Trinity Hale, and this has been BMN 10.